8 things a man should never do with a woman. Stoicism. Modern Stoic. A man who conquers himself is greater than one who conquers 1,000 men in battle. Buddha. There's a silent power in the man who knows how to treat a woman, not out of fear, but out of discipline, self-mastery, and wisdom. A man has seen enough of life to understand that strength is not about control, it's about character. Modern Stoicism teaches us that a man should never allow his emotions, ego, or impulses to lead him into dishonor. And yet, in relationships, many fall into traps that silently destroy respect, trust, and connection. This is not just about being a good guy, this is about being a great man. A man who leads with clarity, calmness, and quiet strength. In this video, we're breaking down 8 things a man should never do to a woman, not because society said so, but because Stoic wisdom demands that a real man never sacrifices his integrity for temporary satisfaction. If you want to become the kind of man no woman ever forgets, respected, admired, and deeply valued, then listen closely. This may change the way you approach love forever. 1. Don't share your problems with a woman. Never share your problems with a woman. This isn't about being cold or distant. It's about embodying the Stoic strength that commands respect, not pity. Modern culture often tells men to be vulnerable, but the truth is, not every audience is the right one for your struggles. A woman, especially one evaluating you as a potential partner, is subconsciously drawn to your stability, not your chaos. As Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. That doesn't mean you suffer in silence. It means you carry your burden with quiet strength until you overcome it. Then you speak from victory, not from the pit. If she pushes you to open up while you're still in the storm, recognize it may be a subtle test. Women, especially in today's world, are naturally selective, not out of malice, but survival. They want the man who can walk through fire and come out stronger, not the man who needs saving. Telling her, it's handled, with calm confidence, carries far more weight than hours of venting. If you need counsel, seek it from a trusted brother, another man who's walked through similar fires. And when the storm is over, don't talk about what you were going to do. Show her what you did. Let your actions speak to your character. That's how trust is built. That's how attraction is maintained. Real life rewards those who act, not those who talk. In the world of Stoic wisdom, emotional mastery and action are the foundation of masculine power. So, let this be your rule. Never unload your problems onto a woman, not because she doesn't care, but because your strength is what makes her feel safe. And that strength, once proven, becomes the silent force she'll never want to walk away from. What are your thoughts on this? Have you ever faced a moment where staying quiet made you more powerful? Drop your experience in the comments. Your story could empower another man today. 2. Don't buy her affection. Never, and I mean never, buy a woman's affection. Don't make the mistake of thinking you can purchase love, loyalty, or respect. That's not love. That's a transaction. A high-value man, a modern Stoic, knows his presence alone is the gift. When you lead with money, when you try to impress her with gifts, dinners, vacations, what you're really saying is, I don't believe I'm enough. And that belief will destroy you. It erodes your confidence. It eats away at your masculine core. And it gives her control over your identity. Remember what Epictetus taught. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. If she stays because of what you give, she doesn't love you. She loves what you can provide. And the moment you can't provide it, she's gone. That's not a partner. That's a parasite. Buying her things may create moments, but it won't create meaning. It may buy time, but it won't buy trust. Eventually, you'll lie awake wondering, would she even be here if I had nothing? A man who constantly gives material things is not being generous, he's being desperate. And desperation smells like weakness. A smart woman will sense it, test you, and if you're not grounded in who you are, she'll leave. Instead, lead with your strength, your presence, your discipline. Let your energy speak louder than your wallet, because the man who knows his value never needs to prove it. So remember this, you are the prize. Act like it. If this struck a nerve, drop a comment saying, I will never buy love again. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're ready to lead with strength, not desperation. 3. Don't rush into becoming her boyfriend. Don't rush into becoming her boyfriend. A modern Stoic man values wisdom over impulse, clarity over emotion, and patience over passion. One of the gravest mistakes a man can make is jumping headfirst into commitment during the emotional high of the honeymoon phase. Everything feels magnetic at the start. Her smile lights up your world, her words seem profound, and the chemistry feels undeniable. But that early spark is often a product of novelty and fantasy, not reality. You haven't truly met her yet. You've only met her highlight reel. This is why it's essential to wait at least 6 months before making any serious commitments. Time is your greatest ally in revealing truth. Observe how she treats people when she's under pressure. See how she responds when things don't go her way. Pay attention to how consistent her values are and whether her words align with her actions. In 6 months, the curtain drops, and the real play begins. Her true character starts to show. And here's the truth. If a woman is right for you, she'll still be there after 6 months. There's no need to lock yourself into something prematurely and later suffer the consequences of a decision made in haste. While you're observing her, keep your options open and your emotions grounded. This is not about being distant or disloyal. It's about being deliberate. A modern Stoic man does not build a house on shaky ground. He tests the soil first. In today's fast-paced, swipe-left culture, patience is a rare virtue, but that's exactly what sets you apart as a high-value man. You don't chase the wind, you move with purpose. So give the relationship time to unfold naturally. If it's meant to last, it will. But if it crumbles before 6 months, you've saved yourself years of regret. Let time filter out the illusion and reveal what's real. 4. Don't agree with everything she says or accept all her offers. Never agree with everything a woman says or accept every offer she throws your way. It might seem polite or easygoing at the moment, but over time, it sends a signal that you lack backbone, that you're a man without his own convictions. In the world of Stoicism, a man must be governed by reason, not impulse, or the need for approval. When you constantly agree just to keep the peace or win favor, you're silently telling her that your beliefs, preferences, and boundaries are negotiable. And the moment a woman senses that you don't stand for something, she instinctively lowers her respect for you. You might not even notice it at first, but she'll start treating you more like a convenience than a partner. You'll become the guy she calls when she needs a ride to the club or help moving furniture, not the man she truly desires. Modern life is full of men who unknowingly trade their dignity for temporary closeness. But the Stoic man knows when to say no, not out of pride, but out of principle. Because true masculinity isn't about availability, it's about value. Ask yourself this. If you weren't around, would she find another way to get what she needs? The answer is almost always yes. Women respect men who make them adapt, not men who constantly adapt to them. And that's the test. When she makes a request, especially one that puts you out or contradicts your values, pause and evaluate. If the only reason you're saying yes is to avoid discomfort or conflict, you're already failing the test of self-respect. So learn to say no with calm strength. A man who can deny politely but firmly commands far more respect than one who agrees out of fear of losing her. In the end, it's not about playing games or withholding help. It's about showing that you are a man who leads himself before he ever tries to lead or please anyone else. And if you agree with this, drop a comment right now. I am the man who holds the power. Like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom, and remind yourself daily, silence isn't distance, it's discipline. 5. Don't confuse her kindness with flirting. Don't mistake her kindness for romantic interest. That's a trap many men fall into, especially in midlife when emotional clarity matters most. Women are naturally empathetic beings. It's in their nature to offer warmth, eye contact, or even a soft smile in everyday interactions. But empathy is not an invitation. A modern Stoic man understands that not every gentle gesture is a signal to pursue. Misreading kindness as flirtation can lead to awkward moments and missteps that damage your sense of self-respect. Here's a metaphor to make this crystal clear. Picture a game of ping pong. A healthy conversation, much like this game, involves a rhythm. You serve, she returns. You ask, she answers. And then she serves one back with her own curiosity. But if you're always the one initiating, asking, probing for connection while she offers short replies or none at all, you're just bouncing the ball against the wall. She's not playing. She's being polite. Don't project desire onto politeness. It weakens your ability to read people clearly and clouds your emotional discipline. In today's world, where emotional intelligence defines a man's value as much as his achievements, mastering this awareness is power. The Stoic man observes, listens, and sees what is, not what he wants to see. So if she's not matching your energy, don't take it personally or feel rejected. Simply pull back, preserve your dignity, and move with quiet strength. Life has enough battles. Don't start one in your own mind over a smile that was never meant to be a spark. 6. Never over-apologize. Never over-apologize. Let that sink in. In today's world, too many men, especially good men, have been conditioned to believe that politeness means weakness, that saying sorry makes them more likable. But here's the truth you won't hear often. Over-apologizing strips away your masculine edge, your stoic center, your silent strength. It's a psychological leak that signals neediness, self-doubt, and a desperate hunger for approval. A high-value man, a modern Stoic, knows when to own a mistake, but he never begs for validation. Stop rushing to say sorry for being late. You're not a servant to time, you're a man of purpose. Say instead, thank you for waiting. That shift in tone flips the dynamic. It shows respect without diminishing your stature. When tension rises, don't scramble to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. That sounds like a boy trying not to be punished. A man listens. A man observes. A man says, I hear you, then calmly reflects before he acts. That is presence. That is power. Even when you truly mess up, never grovel. Say, I'll do better next time. That's leadership. That's ownership. That's what a woman respects, because respect is the foundation of desire. As Marcus Aurelius once said, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Never apologize out of habit. Apologize only when it aligns with truth and intention. Anything else is emotional leakage. Be the man who moves with purpose, not panic. Be the mountain, not the leaf. If this message hits you in the gut like it should, drop a comment below saying, "I am the mountain, not the leaf." Like this video, subscribe for more powerful Stoic wisdom, and remember, your presence speaks louder than your apologies ever could. If you found this message powerful, like the video, share it with a man who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more unshakable Stoic wisdom. Your mindset shapes your reality. Own it with strength. Comment to lock it in. I am the mountain, not the leaf. Let the world know you move with purpose, not panic. 7. Avoid using offensive language around her. Avoid using offensive language around her, not because you're trying to put on a mask, but because your words are a reflection of your inner discipline and emotional intelligence. In the eyes of a woman, especially one of depth and self-respect, a man's choice of words says more than his status or wealth ever could. While it's true that swearing isn't a measure of intelligence, constant vulgarity can suggest a lack of self-control and awareness, both of which are key attributes in the life of a modern Stoic. Remember what Epictetus said: "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." If you want to be a man of respect, composure, and strength, then speak like one. Occasional mild language may slip through without damage, but when harsh words dominate your speech, they corrode your image. In real life, think of how leaders, mentors, or even respected elders speak. Rarely do they rely on profanity to make their point. Their power is in their calm, not their volume or vulgarity. A woman subconsciously pays attention to how you speak because it signals how you might treat her under stress. Do you lash out, or do you stay composed? That's where true attraction is built. And if you're aiming to live by Stoic principles, being unshaken, measured, and master of your emotions, then controlling your tongue is not a small matter. It's a declaration of who you've chosen to become. So speak with purpose, not impulse, and let your words elevate, not diminish your presence. As Marcus Aurelius once reflected, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. What are your thoughts, brothers? Drop them in the comments. I want to hear how you've handled situations where your words made all the difference. 8. Don't pretend to be smarter than you are. Never pretend to be smarter than you are. That's one of the most subtle but damaging mistakes a man can make when dealing with a woman. In moments when you don't know something, don't fall into the trap of bluffing your way through just to save face or impress her. Too many men, especially those who've reached a certain level in life, feel pressure to always have the answers. But ironically, this habit often backfires, and instead of looking wise, they appear insecure and less intelligent. Women are intuitive. They can sense when someone is trying too hard to impress or fake knowledge. What truly sets a man apart, especially a modern Stoic, is his ability to say with confidence and calm, "I don't know." That simple sentence speaks volumes about your self-assurance and intellectual humility. And when you take it one step further and say, "Can you explain it to me?" you invite connection, curiosity, and show you're open to learning, qualities far more attractive than arrogance. In today's fast-paced world, where everyone's trying to look smarter than the next person online or in real life, being honest and grounded stands out more than ever. So the next time you're unsure, choose the path of authenticity over pretense. It's not about being flawless, but about being real, and that's what draws respect and attraction. This is just one of 8 key principles every man should master to improve his connection with women, not by playing games, but by becoming the strongest, most authentic version of himself. If this advice hits home, don't just keep it to yourself. Hit the like button, subscribe for more powerful Stoic insights, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. And I'd love to hear from you. Which part spoke to you the most? And what other topics should we dive into? Let's keep growing together. Bonus tip: never lose your identity in the process. Never, under any circumstance, abandon your identity to win the favor of a woman. That is not strength, that is surrender. In this modern world full of noise and confusion, where men are told to bend, adapt, and please just to be chosen, the true Stoic man stands tall, immovable like a mountain. He does not shapeshift into someone else's fantasy. He does not dilute his mission or soften his edge to avoid rejection. The moment you start changing to fit her expectations is the moment you begin to disappear. What you build in that space is not love, it's theater, and you become an actor wearing a mask that will, one day, fall off. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That is your directive. Own your standards. Speak your truth. Guard your boundaries like a lion guards his territory. You don't need her approval. You command respect by being ruthlessly authentic. Some women will be intimidated by your clarity. Some will walk away, and that's a blessing in disguise. Because the right woman is not looking for a puppet. She's looking for a pillar. Remember this: a man who stands in his truth never begs to be seen. He becomes impossible to ignore. So be that man. And if you're ready to reclaim your power and never lose yourself again, comment below. I lead with strength, not approval. Like, subscribe, and share this with a man who needs to wake up. It all starts with self-respect, the core of every rule a man should live by when dealing with women. When you value your time, energy, and worth, the right woman will notice and respect you. You don't need to be perfect, just real, grounded, and unshaken. That quiet confidence is what makes a man irresistible. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So here are 8 things a man should never do with a woman. Don't overshare your problems. It weakens your presence. Don't blindly agree with her. Respect comes from standing your ground. Don't rush into commitment. Real love takes time. Don't buy her love. It cheapens real connection. Don't mistake kindness for desire. Stay sharp. Don't over-apologize. It signals insecurity. Don't curse like a sailor. Speak with intention. Don't fake intelligence. Be honest and willing to grow. And above all, never lose yourself in trying to please her. As Emerson said, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. If this hits home, drop a comment below and share your story. Like, subscribe, and send this to a brother who needs it. Stay sharp, stay grounded, stay true.